My name is SarahTarr, and I had a neurocytoma removed March of 2006. Basically, it's a tumor. Not everybody knows where tumors come from. I personally, this is the way I feel. I was a goalie in soccer in college. I dove for a ball, tucked it under. Girl kept on coming, kicked as hard as she could in the back of my head. I had to go to the hospital with headaches. It was like lasted for like 4 days. And then a few months later, I ended up getting seizures. And I self-proclaimed that that's what it was. I didn't go to the doctors for it because I didn't have insurance. I was only a student. So I ended up having seizures. I ended up having, sometimes I had up to 7 in one day. And then some days I ended up having, going like a couple weeks without having one. So that lasted for a few years and then they went away. And I was like, cool, you know, I don't have seizures anymore. But then years progressed. 10 years later, I ended up getting headaches, migraines. I was like, oh, this has got, I need to go to the doctors. I kept on, you know, I had new jobs and stuff, and I had health insurance, and so I had to go get it done. So one day the headaches got so bad, I ended up going to a chiropractor that specialized in headaches or migraines, and the doctor ended up making a order for MRI. So I had the MRI. The following day I was called. Can you come into the office? Yes. It was an egg-sized tumor on my head, in my head, and this was like. You know, I had to go to the University of University of Pennsylvania. They ended up wanting me to have surgery like right off. So I ended up having surgery like the next day. And I had already had a trip planned for Hawaii a week later, and I was like, can it wait? He said, no, because if you go to Hawaii, you may not make it back. So I had to schedule for my my surgery that next morning. I spent the night, and so I ended up spending 2 weeks in the hospital trying to recover. Then I ended up going to Hartwick for a couple months, and then I ended up going home and trying to recover with a friend of mine. I was not allowed to go home by myself. I wasn't able to take care of me. I had short-term memory loss that was really bad. Poor balance. I was in a wheelchair for a while. Poor problem-solving skills, decreased coordination, right-sided weakness. They thought I had a stroke when I was in the hospital, when I was under surgery. It was a big deal. And then I came to Bancroft to try to get back to work. And what do I do for a living? I'm an occupational therapist. So here, you know, I'm seeing all the occupational therapy and physical therapy doing all their work on these patients, and I go, but I'm an occupational therapist. Can't I do patient treatments? No. So I had to. I've been in therapy with Cindy and Jessica and whatnot, and trying to get back to work. And this is my final hurrah. So I think that's it.